Greetings, peace, love, harmony, and light. This is Chief Kalinago with another video. First, you know me, I always like to acknowledge the Great Spirit, acknowledge universal intelligence, giving thanks to my ancestors, honor to my ancestors. Very thankful for guidance and protection and always using me as a vessel. I like that. You know, finding your purpose is key. You know, I think we had a great build earlier, the video that I did earlier. Now we're going to get back on the wealth building topic. And today in this video, we're going to talk about the bottom line. All right, the bottom line, that's what we're going to talk about, because I'm going to continuously bring you information just to open up your mind and so you could see the numbers. You know, they say numbers don't lie. So let's look at some numbers today so you'll truly see the reality of what's happening. So everything around you, it will start to make sense, okay? Because many people are living in a bubble. And my goal is to show you how to get out of that bubble. You know what I mean? And and trust me, anything that's worth having never comes easy. I'm going to repeat that. Anything worth having never comes easy. So we have to work hard for what we want. But even more so, a lot of us were taught to work hard, but not work, you know, I'm not going to use the word smart because smart really means stupid and ignorant. So, but a lot of us were taught to work hard, but not where we are able to leverage our time, you know, put more wisdom into our work ethics. And those are some of the things that I'm bringing to the table. All right, let me just take a few minutes. Greetings, sis. Once you guys come in, just acknowledge a few of you that's gonna come in, and we'll get into this build, right? But once again, like I said, I want my platform to be a platform where we could come to and hear something and see something different than what you see on other platforms. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not insinuating by no means that other platforms are not giving great information. No, that's not what it is. I just choose not to, do what the status quo is doing, what everybody's doing. So by all means, you could always get bits and pieces of information from everybody's platform, and just use what resonates with you. But I like to focus on solutions. Periodically I will point out problems and open up your eyes to what's going on, the reality of what's going on. But for this platform, we have to bring solutions. And that's what I'm focused on. So let's talk about the bottom line. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to look at some numbers. All right. We are going to look at some numbers. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the U.S. national debt clock. Okay, and all that stuff is public information. Once again, I tell folks that we live in a society, a voluntary society. Okay, but however, you find yourself in contracts unbeknownst to yourself that you get into contracts, whether it was written, expressed, or implied. Contracts are contracts. And whenever you get into a contract or a covenant, whichever way you want, whatever terminology that you would rather use, you have to be in honor. And the reason why, people get into a lot of legal situations is because they get into this contracts. And once again, contracts are expressed, implied, or written. We also have verbal contracts. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, when you get into these contracts and all of a sudden you say, well, I'm not going to do that. Well, that means you're in dishonor. And that's why they could take you and bring a suit against you. And you have to go be before what? A judge. And what do you call a judge? Your honor. You see what I'm saying? But for me, you see, once you have the knowledge, and I will always say this, a lot of people always say, well, knowledge is power. And that's true to a certain extent. but I like to go far and beyond. And what do I mean by this is when I say that, I'm basically saying that instead of me saying knowledge is power, I would rather say the implementation of the knowledge is the true power. Because a lot of times people know, you feel me? And I'm always catching those high frequency numbers, triple fours right now. You know what I mean? But just an observation, it's not relevant right now. But the point I'm making is I like to be specific. You feel me? I like to be specific because I know how the universe works. All right. And so when people go to a court, for me, for instance, if I happen to go before a court, you feel me? I know how to manage myself. You feel me? I don't go before a court wanting representation because that means I am representing myself. And once you are doing that, automatically you are letting them know that you are actually incompetent. All right. Of course, that has nothing to do with what I'm going to show you guys, but this is just a prelude just to give you some information, to open up your mind. You see, everybody's talking about being free, but being free takes a lot of work. Okay, it takes a lot of work studying the know-how. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Now, is that right? Is it moral? No, it's not. But that's just the way the system is. So now you have to learn to master the system opposed to having the system master you. You did. So what I'm saying is, for me, if I go before a court, well, for one, I don't go to court because the court is the people. The building, you see, people think the building is the court. No, the building is not the court. The building is a venue. And that's where a lot of people are going wrong. The building is a venue. You're not going into a court. You're going before a court because the court is the people. So you're going before the people. You did. So you are going before the court and not in a court. You're going in a venue. You feel me what I'm saying? Court is being held in a venue. Therefore, the venue is not court. It's always the people's court. But again, people don't know that, how to make the court be their court. All right. So once you know these things, you are able to go before the court and not address the judge as your honor, but as my honor. You see, because I'm always in honor. So I'm letting the judge know that I'm always in honor. You feel me? That's why it's all contract. We live in a contract-based system. We live in a contract-driven system. Even you being on Facebook is a contract. Google is a contract. Why do you think they always have you? You have to accept terms and conditions because they are making sure you give consent to you using their platform. Every time you pick up your phone, somebody call you and you pick up your phone, you say hello, whatever you say. In my case, I never say hello because I don't want to send nobody to hell and keep them low. You feel me? But I say greetings. I say hi, right? That's a contract because you picked up your phone. That's a contract. And surprisingly, anything you say can be used against you. You see what I'm saying? And I tell folks that USA, people say USA stands for the United States of America. Well, in the legal realm, I say USA means you sue anybody. You see what I'm saying? So USA means you sue anybody because that's why they have made people legal persons. And when you go look at a legal person, the US corporation is the legal person because it can be sued and be sued. You feel me? So you have to know all these informations in order to maneuver your ship. You are the captain of your ship. You feel me? So when I go before the court, I'm always in honor. That's number one. You see, I don't break the law. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That's my law. And unless I haven't harmed anyone and damaged anyone's property or defrauded anyone, I haven't committed a crime. I haven't broken the law. Everything else is just codes and ordinances and policies, and they are not laws. And if I have no contracts with you, you cannot force me. You see what I'm saying? To be part of your society or part of your, or to live by your bylaws and your codes. Now, once again, let me be clear. It doesn't mean that they will not violate that right. Sometimes they do. But there's always a way to win your battle. I tell folks, not every battle you have to fight every battle. You got to choose your battles wisely. You feel me? So when I go before the court, I always address the judge as my honor and not your honor. All right. So I just wanted to point that out. Again, this has nothing to do with what I'm actually talking about. I wanted to talk about today, but it just came to mind. So I'm just going to go with the flow. All right. Hopefully the video and the message will be coherent, even if I'm kind of like jumping from here to here. Right. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to talk about the national debt clock. Okay. The national debt clock. Let's talk about that here real quick. Let's share my screen. And I put all that stuff in the link for you below. I'm going to assume that you guys can see my screen, but just to be on the safe side, let me go to Facebook real quick. And so I can make sure that I'm actually seeing what you guys are seeing. And, you know, I'm giving you this information again for educational purposes because I really want you guys to know what's going on, right? Because they say when you know better, you do better, right? But here Chief Kalanago goes again. I like to rephrase that. I say when you know better, you're supposed to do better. Because a lot of people know better and they don't do better. You feel me? So it's literally up to you. And I just wanted to confirm what I said earlier that, or reiterate what I said earlier, that we live in a contractual system. All right? Everything is a contract. Even when I call businesses and they have their automated machines that say, well, this call is being recorded or this call may be recorded for training purposes. Guess what? As soon as they get on the phone, that's the first thing I say. This call is also being recorded for quality and training purposes. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm doing business with a corporation. You see what I'm saying? So you have to know the game in order to play the game and win. So the same thing that they do, all right, to the public, they treat as legal persons, in other words, businesses, legal corporations, all right, I treat them the same way. So you're a business, you call me, or I call you, I let you know right off the rip. This phone, whether it is or not, I'm just letting them know that they're not talking to a fool, all right? That this call may be recorded for quality and training purposes, and they can't say anything. As a matter of fact, a few years ago, I had an incident with TSA where I called and the lady, when she said that the call was being recorded, I said, well, I'm glad you said that because just so you know, this call is being recorded for quality and training purposes as well. She got mad and hung up the phone. So I called and I made a formal complaint. All right. And lo and behold, you know, within, I would say, a couple of months, I got a letter from TSA, from the director of TSA saying, hey, Chief Kalanago, thanks to you, blah, 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 blah. On December 17th of, I think it was 2017, we changed our policy on how TSA deal with people, you know, when it comes to that situation. Oh, and by the way, I was able to travel with my indigenous ID. So just I'm not bragging, but just to let y'all know I'm doing some real things. You feel me? But they changed that policy because of me. And I got the email to prove that. All right? You see, when you know and you know how to articulate yourself, the system is in place. You just have to know how to work the system. All right? It's a machine. Don't allow the machine to run you. Learn how to operate the machine. Okay? All right. So we're looking, what you're looking at, you see all these numbers and it look kind of crazy. I cannot, let me see if I could Let me see if I could just make this a little bigger. All right, I could just make it just a little bigger. All right. But anyway, all that stuff is in the link below, right? So this is the US debt clock. Okay. And you see all the numbers are here. And I'm opening up your mind so that you could see that the only way for things to change, right? Why the machine or the system is taking a hit and they could no longer afford to take care of people the way that they used to. That's what Trump meant, or he mean, when he said, let's make America great again. You see, all that debt has to be cut down. And they have to find ways to get this debt under control. So you could see they have the US national debt. All right, now you know there's 12, there's 12 zeros in a trillion. So we have 3, 6, 9, 12. It's literally, close to almost $27 trillion, right? So when you're looking at a country who has a national debt of $26,000 and more, $26 trillion, dollars and more, why do you think all this is happening? The system is in shock. So they have to reset the system and start over. Now, this debt could just be eliminated like magic because it's digital currency. You see what I'm saying? Yes, the fiat dollar is a digital currency because it has no metal-based value. You see what I mean? It doesn't have a metal-based value. It is not considered to be a precious coin or a precious metal. That's why your pennies and your nickels, they have more value than a $100 bill. Because a $100 bill could be printed out of thin air. It's a digital, it's cloud money. Just like how you could go into your Google and save, literally gigabytes in the cloud. It's imaginary. You feel me? Now, it doesn't mean that the US dollar doesn't have value. It doesn't have a metal value. However, it has a human capital value because the energy you put behind it is what gives it value. You dig? So when you're looking at the national debt of over $26 trillion, now you'll see why there's a pandemic. Because the whole machine is in a state of shock. It cannot sustain itself. It's about to crash. You feel me? Even with your car, right? If your car overheats and you don't have antifreeze in there, guess what? It's going to blow your carburetor. You feel me? It is the same thing. It's a machine, people. It's a machine. All right? And at some point, they got to slow down so that it could cool down. That's what's happening right now. But in the midst of cooling the machine down, people are going to suffer because of that. Once again, I am not here to inject any kind of fear. I just want to open up your mind and show you the numbers so that you have a bigger perspective or a POV, so to speak, point of view of what's happening. Now you see the severity of what's happening and why I'm talking to you, yes, you, whoever is watching this or listening to me right now, or who will be seeing it or watching it later, why you have to be proactive and take the initiative. All right, by not depending on the government. You see, it behooves us all to play our part. Now, a lot of you may say, well, you know what, Chief? I want to see it burn. I want to see it crash. But I tell people like this, don't cut your nose to spite your, don't cut your nose to spite your face. Now, that's something I've always heard my elders say growing up. And speaking of my elders, one of my elders just transitioned. So I want to wish my elder John, safe travels in his journey, whatever his next journey may be. I have another ancestor that I could give honor to. So Elder John Brown, Black Wolf, safe travels in your journey, brother. I know your spirit are always going to be with us. All right. But when we are talking about changing things and talking about don't cut your nose to spite your face, what do I mean by that? You see, sometimes we look at a situation and we want to deal with the situation, but because dealing with the situation is going to cause us harm, we still do it because we are only focused on the end. You feel what I'm saying? And we say that the end justify the means, or the means justify the end, whichever way we use that cliche. But the point I'm making is sometimes we don't have to be in so much haste. Why would you want everything to burn down when millions of people are depending on the government to take care of them? Social security, all these different things. You see, people deal with their emotions. You see, me, I deal with my emotions, but I think logically. I'm a realist, and I don't allow my emotions to cloud my judgment. You feel me? I don't do that. Even if you take cold ice water and you just drink cold ice water, it could shock your body if your body is hot. You feel me? It could actually constrict your intestines. So what am I saying? I'm saying this has to be done gradually because people are not in the position to take care of themselves, their elders. That's why let's be real with ourselves. And for people who have their elders, you know what I'm saying, at home, living with them and taking care of them, man, much respect and much honor to you. But how many of you and people who just take their elders and put them in a nursing home? Who do you think is taking care of them? The system. But yet still you want the system to burn. So you see, it's you and your feelings, and you're not thinking logically. Are you growing your own food? Come on, man. And then when people hear me speak from a standpoint of intelligence and using wisdom, they say, oh, Chief, oh, you changed. You're damn right I've changed. Because I'm no longer a fool. I have grown. I'm still growing in my thinking, in my knowledge, in my wisdom. You feel me? Because it's my elders and our children that's going to suffer. If I, just because I want something to happen so bad, I'm not thinking about my elders who worked all their lives. All their lives they worked to save, to get their social security. And then here I am, wanting the system to crash and burn, and I cannot even take care of them. Come on, man. We got to be real, man. That's why I tell people I don't deal with what's popular. I personally travel the road that's less traveled. Yes, it's lonely. You know what I mean? It's overwhelming sometimes, but it's more rewarding to me. You feel me? It's more rewarding to me, man. So I'm just showing you all these numbers here, okay? And we're just gonna read a few of them, right? So we have the US national debt. Let's kind of scroll down right there, okay? And we have the US total interest paid over $3 trillion. So, they are paying, all right? Something is happening. We are not out of the water by a long shot. You feel me? And, but the point is, something is happening, okay? And I don't want to give, shout out to my brother, Medina for, sending that information to me, by the way, okay? And check this out right here. And then you have the US national debt, and then you have the US total debt. That's about 80. Look at this, 3, 6, 9, 12, $80 trillion. So we just looked at the US national debt, And then we're looking at the US total debt, which is over $80 trillion. You feel me? Then you have the bank interest that the banks receive. The banks are making big money. Look at this. Over $729 billion, right? Bank interest paid. Now look at that. See how much money the bank received in interest, over $729 billion. But look how much they paid in interest, only $179 billion. So the banks are taking your money, investing your money, they are receiving interest, but they are paying you way less than what they are receiving. But yet still, y'all want to tell me the beautiful opportunities I bring to you, it's a pyramid and it's a scam. Again, it just goes to show you the mindset of people who are unaware. Period. You feel me? You take your money, you put it in the bank. I'm showing you the numbers. Numbers don't lie. Right where my cursor is at. Okay? Bank interest received, $729 billion. And look at what they pay off, $179 billion. Where do you think the other over $5 billion is going? It's going to keep the wealthy wealthy. It's going to keep the rich rich. But like I said, you know what? What do I know, huh? What do I know? Let's look at some more things, right? Let me see. Student loan debt. Student loan debt over $1.5 trillion. But let me ask you a question. What is your degree doing for you now? But you go ahead and put yourself in debt. It's all an illusion. It's all an illusion, man. That's why I tell people getting master's degree and all that, that don't impress me. No disrespect. Because you're not helping the economy. You think you're helping the economy, but you're not. Because in a system where you're supposed to help your economy, education should be free. How is that you're going to charge me to go to school, but yet still I have to come help you build the economy and pay down on your debt? But you're charging me for the education? No. That doesn't make any sense. Education should be free. And guess what? That's almost $1.5 trillion right there. Okay? That could have cut down that national debt or even just the US debt, period. So you see, the changes are taking place. And like I said, people have to suffer because of those changes. Remember, in order to get order, the mindset of the corporation is out of chaos come order. The Big Bang Theory, so to speak. We got to cause a big explosion before we could have some calm. That is the mindset of the corporation. That's why they say, hey, it's only business, don't take it personal. So when you have students paying literally close to $1.7 trillion, but they can't find jobs. Most of them are getting depressed. Some of them are even committing suicide. Then you start realizing it's all a game. Why would I take a loan to learn something to help build you when you should just teach me for free and then I could help you build it? So you see how that works, all right? And then we have per student, on average, $38,000. I guarantee you, if you had given me that opportunity, I could show you how to take that $38,000 and turn that into $300,000. You see what I'm saying? In less than a year. Look at the credit card debt. Over $874 billion. You feel me? So when you look at the numbers, you have to watch those things and see what's happening so you know what type of condition the machine is in. And that's why it's crashing, because it cannot sustain the people. And that's why they have to start giving y'all food banks. I gave y'all the information already. You see, one thing I could say, Chief Kalanago know what he's talking about. Because literally, I can't say everything that I've told you came true. I can't say that, but over 90% of what I've told you is manifesting. You feel me? It's manifesting. All right? Let me see. U.S. trade deficit to China. U.S. imported oil. So you have all these numbers right here. You have Social Security liability. What does that mean? All right. And that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to, apart from showing you the numbers, I wanted to come here and specifically talk about, the Social Security liability. Okay. So if you look at the Social Security liability, it's over $20 trillion. Now you may ask, Chief, what does all that means? Well, in layman's terms, let's break that down. So what did I do? We're going to look up what is Social Security liability. Look at that. Over 75 years, Social Security has an unfunded liability of $13 trillion. Now, that was in 2018. But let us look at the number right now. The number right now, it was in 2018, which was 2 years ago. It was about 13, what was it? It was about $13 trillion. Look at it now. 2 years later, all right? Over $20 trillion. What does that mean in layman's terms? Well, this is what it means. Okay? Restoring permanent solvency to the program would require raising the payroll tax rate immediately from today's combined employer-employee rate of 12%, 12.4% of taxable payroll to what? 15.2%. All right, but before I explain to you what all that means, let's go look at what unfunded liability means. All right, unfunded liability. If a pension fund or other type of fund has projected debts that exceed its current capital and projected income and investment returns, it has an unfunded liability. In other words, a pension liability is the difference between the total amount due to retirees and the amount of money fund actually has to make. Let's go back to the unfunded Social Security is a unfunded liability. So what that means? It means that everybody who's on Social Security, they take that money and they invest it. But what's happening is the investment that they are making is not bringing back the yield to take care of the retirees. So therefore, it has become a liability. And that's why it's unfunded, because it cannot make the funds. So it's underfunded. Now, if you comprehend what I just told you, go ahead and type 1. For those of you who didn't get it, go ahead and type 2, and I will try to see if I can make it a little simpler. So I'm going to wait for your response. If you still don't know what Social Security liability is and what does it mean, unfunded liability, based on what I just broke down, go ahead and type 2. But if you got it, go ahead and type 1, because I want to move on. Okay, so y'all got it 1. All right, I appreciate that. That's a beautiful thing. All right, that some of you get it right off the rip. That's great. All right, so that means you're on point. We're on the same page. All right, so basically that's what it means. So as a result, what's going to happen? You're going to have elders. You're going to have elders have to go back to work. You feel me? Because the Social Security has become a liability. It's underfunded. So they have to raise that retirement age. So now you have 60-year-olds and 70 and 63-year-olds. They have to go back to work, and 65 because they might push it up to 70. And even more so, what they have to do is to literally keep up. Not even to break even, but to see a little bit of growth. All right. They have to go from employer/employee rate of 12.4%. And I'm talking about that's in 2018, when it was literally about 13.2 trillion. Now it's over 20 trillion. You dig? So they have in 2018, it was proposed that they would have to raise it now from 12.4% to 15.2%. But now it's at what? Over $20 trillion. And you're absolutely right. They already started doing it. But I've been told y'all that. You feel me? And that's why I always tell folks, man, let's be proactive. Family, I know the hows. I know the means. I just need the people to believe in something. That's it. You know what I mean? Come on, man. This is not a game, man. It's not a game. Now look at this. And we're still looking at an underfunded liability. Okay? We are looking at what? Medicare liability. Look at the number. 31, literally close to $32 trillion. What happened when they cut off Medicare and they say, we're not going to take care of you no more because we can't afford it? And combined, the US unfunded liabilities over $153 trillion. Come on, man. How much is that liability per citizen? 464,000, almost $465,000. Come on, you are a liability. And when you deal with checks and balances, when you deal with accounting, all right, that's what accounting is about. Period. In layman's terms, what is accounting? Okay, receivables that goes against your expenditures. That's it. Whatever you receive come in, it's on one side of the book, all right, which is considered to be assets, and on the other side, liabilities, what you have to spend. So now there is no form of equilibrium. There is no balance because the economy is tilting towards the liability side. So they have to balance the books. So now you are a liability. Come on, man. So what they have to do, they have to liquidate their assets in order not to incur liabilities. And guess who's the liability? You are. Come on. So if y'all don't think this is serious, you have a hard lesson that you are going to learn. So once again, I just wanted to come drop the numbers for you. Open up your mind. Like I said, I'm here to drop something different. You feel me? All that information is in the link below. Go ahead and check it out. All right. So here we are. Well, Chief, we hear you. What are the solutions? Well, check this out. I'm not saying that it's going to happen overnight. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is we can be proactive and not get caught up. You see, that's what it's all about, preparation. And I always like to go ahead and use the allegorical Bible as a lesson learned. You feel me? Let's go back to the story of Noah. Always warned the people, hey, the storm is coming. Gave them the signs. Everybody was laughing, throwing stones, spitting on them, right? Even when the rain started coming, they started dancing even more until the water started hitting up their knees and the doors of that ark were shut. Even the animals had enough sense to go in 2 by 2. And again, it's an allegory, okay? I don't want nobody going around talking about, hey, Chief said about, Noah's ark was real. I don't think it was real. That's just my opinion. But I'm always ask people, I will continue to ask, Did you get the message? You feel me? And you're absolutely right, Latoya. That's what it means. They don't have enough money to sustain the retirees. So therefore, it's underfunded. Hence, it has become a liability. And businesses don't like dealing with liabilities. You feel me? So how do you become an asset? How do you get on the asset side and not the liability side? Well, guess what? You get off the titties of the government. Pardon my French. But it is what it is. Get off the breast of the government. That's where community comes in. Each one lift one. Each one build one. And that's what I'm about. You see, I don't just talk about the problems or the issues or the stumbling blocks. No. I love to bring solutions. I am solution based. You feel me? That's where I'm at. So long story short, I'm going to leave it as that. For those of you, again, who are ready, my email is always going to be in the link. If it's not, I will put it again. All right? The opportunity is here. I know the how. The question is, are you ready to step out? Because one way or the other, your back is gonna be against the wall, and you're gonna have to do something one way or the other. You feel me? So, the truth of the matter is, I hear people talking about all this liquidating stuff. I don't get into all that. All right? Ain't nobody getting no money from liquidating accounts and all that. Trust me. It ain't happening like that. You deal? And I'm talking about, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of people, talk about, well, they have all this money from your birth certificate and all that. Yes, all that may be true. But guess what? How many people do you know have been successful with that? They're not giving people no money off of birth certificates. They ain't giving you that. You feel me? Because everybody I hear talking about that, I have never heard or seen any one of them successful. So I'm not saying that they didn't use a Sescovite trust, you know what I'm saying, and money wasn't generated from your birth certificate and stuff wasn't being triggered. I'm not saying that. But they ain't giving you no damn money. That's just facts. See, I'm a realist. Because everybody who are here talking about it, none of them has ever shown the proof. So the truth of the matter is, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, the key is people have to come together. All right? Peer-to-peer transactions, come together with communities and learn to build each other, help each other out. That is the solution. You feel me? That's it. It's that simple. I'm not going to chase illusions, and I'm not going to chase dreams like that. Nah, I'm a realist. I live in a real world, man. I live in a real world. Believe me, I have done it all the UCCs and all the different stuff people talking about. Guess what? The system will decide whether they want to give you anything about it. You feel me? You did. Oh, there's always money. I got $20 in my pocket right now. That's money. So they could call it what they want. It's money. You feel me? It's that simple. A few years ago, I bought over 22 pieces of silver coins before 1933. That's money. So there is money. It depends on what you call money. Credit is money. Debt is money. You see what I'm saying? Debt is just money you owe. It's that simple. So like I said, I don't get into the feelings. You know what I'm saying? I just speak the reality. I got $20 in my pocket right now. I could go to the store and buy something. That's my money. It's that simple. You did. And when we stop playing the semantics and realize that It gets you what you want. The Jews own the precincts. The Jews own the judges. Because what? They got the money. Whether you call it credit or debt, whatever you want to call it, they got the money. They got it. So, and when so-called black people talk about, oh, we got 1.3, we spend $1.3 trillion every year. What are they spending? They're spending money. But the problem with that is you are spending it and you're not investing it. That's the problem. So to me, that's nothing to be proud of. You did. When you have $1.3 trillion of investing power, that's when you talk to me. You feel me? That's it. Because consumers get consumed. It's that simple, man. Stop being a consumer. Stop being a liability. It is time. So the individuality, of it's just me and I don't need nobody. We don't live in that kind of world anymore. Nah. The minds are coming together. The like minds are coming together. And that's the only way we are going to win this against this machine. You feel me? It's that simple. It's really, really that simple. Okay, so solutions, exactly. Investing power is the key, not spending power. You dig. All right? So I just wanted to come and give you guys some of the bottom line. And, you do as you may with the information. I'm always going to drop it, right? I can't tell you what to do with it. I cannot force you to hit me up. Now, I cannot force you to do anything. But like I tell folks, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not here to convince you of anything. However, I am here to present the opportunities to you, to show you that there is a way out. There is a way out. You feel me? The question is not how much money that you get. The question is, what are you doing with the money that you get? You see the difference? Because it's easy to get money. Whatever you want to call it, currency, fiat, I don't care what you call it. It's easy to get it. You did. It's easy to get it. The question is, what do you do with it when you get it? Are you going to continue to create liabilities, or are you going to finally create some assets? Come on, man. It's that simple. So like I said, we are part of two systems right now. All right? We are dealing with a centralized system and we are dealing with a decentralized system. On the decentralized platform, we are acquiring Ethereum. Ethereum is the number 2 Bitcoin in the world, literally to the point where it's almost ready to surpass the number 1, which is Bitcoin. Okay? So we have a platform where we are, as a community, we are coming together and we are acquiring Ethereum. Because if you don't believe me, go talk to your banks. A lot of them already are accepting Bitcoins. Okay? And I've been told y'all that. So that's in a decentralized platform that we have. Now, here's the difference with the decentralized and the centralized, right? If you realize the FTC right now, the FTC is trying to attack the decentralized or the DApp, right? Or the DeFi rather. They are trying their best, okay, to they put like a warning signal out there to the decentralized community. Hey, you cannot say certain words. You can't say invest or making money. Because you see, again, I tell folks everything is about duality. And the centralized system is the banks that we are used to. That is the centralized system. So here comes the decentralized system, which is really a non-state actor. And the centralized banks are state actors. So you have the non-state actors, all right, are stepping up. That's where people are learning to be self-sufficient, self-determination, learn to be autonomous. And that's a huge movement all across the world, globally. So therefore, the decentralized movement, it has so much momentum that the centralized movement okay, that is controlled or monitored by the FTC is watching. So now they're saying, well, you can't use certain words. That's why I don't say invest in Ethereum. That's why I don't say make money with Ethereum. I say we are acquiring Ethereum. You feel me? But we have a platform where we are doing that as a community. All right. And it's going great. Now, when it comes to the centralized movement or platform that we are part of, okay, to me, that right there, ooh, that's on steroids right there. Because every 30 days, we are showing people how to bring an extra $4,000 in your home. Literally, some people don't even make $500 a week. Some people don't even make $300 a week. Can you imagine bringing an extra $1,000 a week into your home, which is an extra $4,000 into your home? Guaranteed. It's really simple. And we are doing it as a community. But I tell people like this, once again, I cannot force you to do anything. All right? I'm not going to care more about your financial development more than you. I care now. Don't get me wrong. I care. That's why I do what I do. But I'm not going to care more about your situation than you care about it yourself, if you get what I mean. Because that's not how the universe works. The way the universe works is if you make a step, the universe will make 9 steps for you and with you. You have to make it happen. You feel me? 100% of the people, all right, will miss the shot they never took. I'm going to repeat that. 100% of the people will miss the shot they never took. You feel me? And you will always miss your target if you never shoot at your target. It's that simple. At some point, you got to get off your comfort zone and say, man, listen, this is do or die. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to make this thing happen. Get off your comfort zone. Get off that security blanket. Because the system cannot take care of you any longer. Didn't I tell y'all a few months ago about the food banks? Go into your neighborhoods right now. They're all over the place. They are rationing your food. They decide what you get and how much you get. But like I said, it's not too late. It's not too late. It's never too late. We are always on time. Once you're ready to step and put in that work, you are always on time. You feel me? Because time is nothing but an illusion. But now is always the time to do it. Now. So with that being said, I'm going to put my email again in the link below. Like I said, we have 2 programs, okay? One where we are dealing with the decentralized platform, where we are acquiring Ethereum, and you get to control as much of your Ethereum as you want. Nobody could take it from you. Nobody could tax you on that. That's yours. You are the only one with your private key to your bank, to your wallet. Nobody could take that from you. Okay? That's yours. So we have a platform it's beautiful. Now, with the centralized platform that we have, okay, we are showing our community and family and friends how to make an extra $4,000 every month into your household. If you have 2 people in your household, we could show each person how to do that, $4,000. If you have 2 people, you could bring in an extra $8,000. If you have 3 people, you could bring in 12 grand a month into your home. And guess what? The money that you're bringing in is what? It is tax exempt. You know why? Because there's a tax law, a tax code that one person could gift you up to $15,000 every single year, and that is tax exempt. And the beauty about our community is it is not the same person that's giving you or gifting you that $4,000 every single month. So you don't have to hide the gifts that you are getting. That's one of the major ways we are taking care of each other. You did. Well, like I said, I'm going to send my, it says how long after starting? Like I said, 30 days. It's that simple. Every 30 days. Guaranteed. We show you how to bring $4,000 into your home. If you're one person, or if you're two people, show you how to do 8,000. Guaranteed. Like I said, the program is simple. Everybody in our community, they do what they're supposed to do. It's guaranteed. But we work together. We build each other. We have synergy. We have integrity. And we have respect for each other. And we want to see each other do well. So, with that being said, for those of you that at least want to take a look at it, you don't have to do anything. I'm going to put my email in the link below. All right. In fact, let me put it in the chat, but I'm going to put it in the link below. I thought I did that earlier, but I don't think I did. Because I tell folks, man, we could do this. Well, like I said, we have two different platforms for those of you who are paying attention. We have one. Thank you. I appreciate that, Daniel. We have one where we are dealing with a decentralized platform where we acquire Ethereum, and we have one where you are making that money, all right, what we call dollars or whatever, $4,000 every month. So what I'm doing is the money that I'm getting from the $4,000 that I'm getting, I'm taking some of that money and I'm going and I'm acquiring Ethereum with it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just taking one, transferring it to the next. I'm already looking at different places to get land, California, North Carolina, different places, and we're gonna come together as a group of people with like minds and get some land. And we already started growing our food anyway. All right, we're doing that in Jersey, we're doing that in Memphis. You feel what I'm saying? So the point is, we are setting ourselves up. We are being proactive. We are not waiting for 2022 or 2024 for all their agendas. We ain't doing that. That's why I tell people, those things are not my reality. I create my own reality. And the truth of the matter is, it's only those who prepare themselves are going to make it after the flood. Only those who come into the ark are going to make it after the flood. It's that simple. You did. All right? So you guys have my email. As soon as you email me, hey, I'm going to send you the information for both platforms. And if you have any questions after that, I would be more than happy to answer your questions. And if you're ready to get started, I'll show you how to get started and show you how to make it happen. Like I said, it's real simple. It's not complicated. All right. We indigenous people and other communities around the world, they have been doing that for a very, 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 very long time. And that's why I tell people they have they keep talking about Black Wall Street. They have no idea what Black Wall Street was about. No idea. Because they don't know how Black Wall Street was created. As a matter of fact, it wasn't even called Black Wall Street. It was American Indians. It was Indian territory. And they just labeled them as black. For those of you who don't know. You feel me? I know how the Chinese do it. I know how the Japanese do it. I know how the Koreans do it. I know how the Arabs do it. All I'm just saying, I'm just looking for the like minds. So we can implement it. That's it. Apply it. And just let it go to work. It's that simple. It's that simple. Imagine you having 2-3 people in your home. And each person is bringing in $4,000 every single month. And that's tax exempt. Come on, man. But yet still, if I tell people, now here's the crazy thing, right? If I tell people that there's a job that's paying you $20 an hour, all right? But you have to work overtime and not get paid for the overtime because the business is getting off the ground. Do you know how many people would go fill out that application just to make $20 an hour? But I am presenting you with a chance, an opportunity where you don't have to go slave son for nobody, where we are the ones taking care of ourselves. Isn't that what we have always been talking about? You feel me? But the truth of the matter is people are always talking because talking sounds good. They're always posting things on Facebook because they want to get likes. I don't do this for likes. This is real because people have real situations. Liking people's posts is not going to take care of their children. You feel me? So it's that simple. Like I said, my email is in the link and my email is below the videos. For those of you who want the information, well, like I said, that's what I'm here doing. Fam. That's what I'm doing. I'm here presenting the information. That's all I could do. Like I always say, I could bring you to the well, but I can't force you to drink water. You feel me? And I can only speak of the success that we are having. That's it. I cannot speak for nobody else. You did. But we are part of a beautiful community. Like I said, we are taking care of each other. All right? And we are just showing each other how to do that. You know, too many of our people were taught, or just people in general, were taught that if you don't go sit at somebody's job for 8 hours, 10 hours to make money, then you cannot make money no other way. You feel me? It's that simple, man. Well, now, like I said, once you email me, fam, I'm going to send you all the information. You know, this is no big secret. Like I said, indigenous communities have been doing that for centuries. You feel me? So it's no big secret. I'll send you the information. It's that simple. You know, my email is in the link below. Hey, Chief, send me the information. That's it. You ain't even got to say please. I don't care about the please. Just whatever. I just want to see people do better, man. You know what I'm saying? Fam, this ain't got nothing to do for the white man or the black man. You're supposed to just be tired of working because that's slavery. Doing all these hard hours. This ain't got nothing to do with the color of skin. Because you work for a so-called black man, you're still slaving. It doesn't matter who you work for, you're still slaving. You did. It doesn't matter who you work for, you're still slaving. So, again, how do societies thrive? How do you think the Asians do it? How do you think the Arabs do it? Huh? They do exactly what I'm going to show you. Exactly, that's what they did. Y'all thinking, oh, the government gave them all this money. I'm not saying that they cannot go to banks and get loans. I'm not saying that. But the majority of them, they do it amongst themselves. They don't go get loans. And that's facts. And they're using the same thing that we have used for centuries upon centuries because we knew how to take care of ourselves. So I tell people, don't brag to me how much spending power so-called black people have. That doesn't impress me. What impresses me is show me how much investment power they have. That's it. Because obviously they're consumers and they're being consumed. Like I told y'all before, I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm only going to tell you what you need to hear. You feel me? And everybody, too many people is expecting something for nothing. Everybody always want a freebie. Everybody want always something free in life. Life is not free. Y'all got to put in that work. You got to plant a seed to get anything out of the ground. So like I told y'all before, I don't want to deal with people with this kind of mindsets. Nah, that's why you were in the situation you're in, because you're depending on the government to be your mommy and your daddy. No disrespect. I don't want nothing from them. Because anytime they give me something, that means they want something back. And normally they want it tenfold. I don't want that from them. Nothing. Now, if they owe you something, it's yours, then take it. That's fine. They give it to you, take it. You feel me? But they don't owe me anything. I don't want nothing from them. Unless I'm coming together with indigenous people and bring an action class lawsuit for the genocide, that's something different. But apart from that, I don't want no handouts. Period. And if you're getting the handouts, I'm not here to make you feel bad. They owe you that. That's yours. You feel me? That's yours. By all means, take it. But the problem is, they're not giving it to you. It's actually a loan. Trust me, they're going to find some way for you to pay that back. You feel me? So my email is in the link below. I'm not going to email you. You email me, okay? I will send you the information. Once again, I love you guys, and enjoy the rest of your continuation. This was just the bottom line. Really want to show you the reality, all right? And before I get out of here, I want you to know that you don't have to struggle. You don't have to. You don't have to suffer. That is a choice. You feel me? I'm letting you know that you have options. We have options. We could take care of ourselves. Let us learn to trust each other again. Let's learn to build each other again. Let us learn to work with each other again. That's what this is about. Building back the village, building back the community. And like I said, when I say we, I don't care what you look like. I'm looking to deal with people with the same mindset. That's who my family is. That's who my people are. The people with the same mindset. Period. Because I keep telling people, every skin folk ain't kin folk. So I don't deal with the color of skin. I don't deal with the color of law. I'm not governed by the color of law. Period. You feel me? So with that being said, you don't have to struggle. Okay? You don't have to worry where the next meal is coming from. You don't have to worry about how am I going to pay my rent if you choose not to. And like I said, we all could come together, do this, and decide, you know what, every month, let's put something aside so we could get 10 acres here, get 20 acres here, do this, open up a business, do all these different things. Like I said, my email is in the link below. You send me an email. All right? My email is in the chat. You did. I appreciate love y'all, man. And that's why I do what I do with so much passion. And I come with the solutions. I don't just talk about the problems or just come on here and be like, give me, give me, give me. No, I'm giving unto you. I'm showing you the how. I know the hows. Don't get me wrong. I know the how. But it ain't no fun if your homies can't have none. How would it look if I'm the only one that's doing good and everybody else is perishing? That's not a good look. You see, once you have found your true purpose, you'll realize that we are of service to each other. That's when you know you become great. How to become of service to others and build them and lift them, uplift them. That's when you truly step into your greatness. And we all have a duty to uplift each other. And again, that's just me. That's just me. I see animals in nature do it. You feel me? I appreciate that, Militia Miller. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Thank you for supporting the super chat. Thank you. It means a lot. All right? But like I said, I'm here to give unto you. But that's fine. I love receiving as well. But I rather give. And that's why I'm giving unto you. All right? So with that being said, send me an email. I will send you the information. I'll show you how to make this happen. Like I said, it's real simple. All we are doing is just helping each other out. Okay? And that's just that. I will continue to come, talking about wealth and whatever is relevant or my spirit resonate with at that time. I will talk about it. I will present it to you. You feel me? So thank you guys so much. And yes, this is definitely the final live for today. I'm gonna chill. I'm going to relax. My email actually is in the chat. Onyx, also put it in there. I'm also gonna put it below the videos. Okay, so you will definitely get it one way or the other. All right. So as soon as you email me, trust me, I'm on my email because, like I said, it's important that we start being proactive and getting things done. So I'm gonna send, as soon as you email me, just say, hey Chief, send me the information. That's it. No long big conversation. You ain't gotta thank me for nothing. All right. It's fine. If you do, that's great. Appreciate it. That's all. That's love. That's fine. But I will send you the information. All right. And that's it. So we'll talk a little later, and you guys enjoy the rest of your continuation. Be good to each other, and let's make this thing happen. Let's build this wealth. All right. You don't have to be on a plantation. Like I said, you don't have to go beg people for jobs to make this happen. Now, if you have your job, I'm not saying you quit your job. I'm not saying that because I can't take care of you right now. I'm just keeping it 100. But I could show you how to bring in an extra $4,000 every single month. All right? Peace and love. No doubts, I'm Zazie. Peace and love. All right, talk to y'all soon.